This is Laura Lee Collet in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and you are at Stampin' at the Bird Nest. I have 3 projects that I'm going to show today. Let me get down. There we go. This one, which I know Stampin' Up! Did just for me, with the birds in the bird nest. Isn't that adorable?
Yes.
And then this is a more manly card, which I thought was really cute and normally doesn't appeal to me. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And then this cute little purse.
That's adorable.
Backpack or whatever. And it can be used for gift cards. It can be used for chocolate. It's better. So we're going to do that and these 2. But the first thing, it is just like Christmas. The UPS man came today, and he's my favorite person in the whole world.
Because he brings Stampin' Up! To you?
He brings Stampin' Up! And I wanted y'all to see what came today. I got all of the in-color paper.
Pretty.
And let me get some of this glare out of here. This is called Magenta Madness. Then we have Cider Crisp. I'm sorry, Cinnamon Cider. I always say Cinnamon Crisp, and that time I really screwed it up. This one is Moonlight, Misty Moonlight. I haven't gotten these yet. Just Jade. These, I don't know. These 3 are my favorites. And then Bumblebee, I like that one too, so I like them all. And I got all of the ink pads too. So that's my big whoop, because for one of the cards, this card, I only had the DSP and not the cardstock.
Okay.
So that's what I used for that. And then, let me show you these bundles. Oh, and there's one more, some DSP too. But before I go to bundles, this is the Stamp and Seal Plus. Okay, that looks like that's the refill. That's the refill I opened. Let's see what it looks like. This is the first time I've seen this. Okay, it's larger than the snail. But it fits comfortably in your hand. You've got a little rough spot up here where you put your finger. Take your little top off, and I may have to try this tonight. Now the Stamp and Seal Plus is the one that's has a firmer grip. And oh, and they're different colors too. So that's good to know. I was wondering how we were going to keep them separate. Let's see. This one is clear and it's got teal, I guess. And this one has blue. So that's a good way to keep them separated. Now let me tell you about the bundles I got. The Postage for You is an image and sentiment set. And it comes with, if you buy the bundle and get 10% off, it comes with the postage stamp. So I've seen some really cute cards with that. Excuse me, I'm having sinus trouble today. This is the right triangle. and it's photopolymer, so you'll be able to position them the correct way. This is what the dies come in. Let's see what they look like. Oh, cute. Look, there's even a little banner. Just some little triangles there, a little thing to put along the side of your card if you want it. That looks cool. Yay! I was waiting on that one too. Okay, then we've got the prized Peony. This is a suite, and I have seen some of the most gorgeous cards ever. Now, it is a red rubber clear set. You'll have to put that on your blocks. And it has the dies. And one reason I wanted to show y'all this is because those of you that are out there that have ever had the fleeting thought of joining Stampin' Up! To become a demonstrator, we are offering the $99 kit plus your choice of a bundle. It can be either a bundle with a punch like this one, or a bundle with the dies. Doesn't matter what price range, it's your choice. So, and just let me explain this too so that I don't scare any of you off out there. Just because you get this, we call this a starter kit, and you get to pick out $99 worth of product for, I'm sorry, $125 worth of product for $99, plus you're getting, just for this month, this special ends on the 30th. So you get to pick your bundle. Now, there are probably a handful of people out there that joined with the intention of, excuse me, of becoming a demonstrator and working your business and making money and doing it. The rest, the other 95% or more, join strictly for the discount. You get 20% off the top. Your Stampin' order comes in with no shipping, and you still have to pay tax. And then you get a discount on your first order. So that's one reason I want to show you these. This next bundle is Blossoms in Bloom. And I have really seen some gorgeous. Have y'all been looking at the at Google and at all the sites to see all the samples? Because they are fabulous. This is, there's 3 dies, and you can stamp this and then cut it out. And
Laura, can you switch your view?
oh, whoa, thank you. That's the bad thing about doing the thing back and forth. I forgot. Okay. There also, you get, actually there's 6 dies. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Laura.
Did it come back on?
Yes.
Okay. I apologize for the technical difficulty we had. I had to, I guess, reboot. Anyway, we were talking about the Blooms and Blossoms, and you get 2 dies with this bundle. Okay, and then these are absolutely adorable. I love doilies. I think I impressed Rod. I don't know, it's sometime early when we were dating, I gave him something on a doily. These are vellum, and they are square, or you could do them in a diamond shape, or you could cut off part. So these are adorable. And let's see, you get 24 to a pack. Okay, enough of all my goodies. Let's get the show on the road. Wow. Okay. Could you see that?
Yes.
Okay. That's another thing I've got to write down to figure out. So if there's anybody out there that can help me with Zoom and blocking all this stuff, I would appreciate it. Okay, let's get on with this stamp set. I'm going to turn the light a little bit more that way. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is get all the stamping supplies. Okay, I used Whisper White for the card base. I'm going to lower this a little bit. And okay, there we go. Okay, so we're using Whisper White, and I'm going to fold it. Take my bone folder, give it a nice crisp edge. So this card is what we call hot dog style. We're going to be layering the GSP. Pull that out. Oops. I'll cut that right quick for us. We are going to be punching a little flower. I got just a little pop of color there. So right away what I'm going to do is stamp the bird nest, the 2 birds, and I'm only going to do 3 eggs. And then we'll cut everything else out. And I will stamp this bottom too. So let's see here. Is this not adorable? This little Stampin' Up! Cutter was one of the specials, a joining special.
That is very cute.
Isn't that cute? And let's see. Needs to be 5¼ So I'm going to guesstimate that. See how I did. Not too bad. Okay, so that's going to go on there, but I don't want to put that down until I've put my white stitched. Actually, these are 2 stitched rectangles that I made look like one big square. And I guess I need to show you which stamp set we're using. It's called Birds and Branches. This is one with images only. And then it has fabulous dies that we're going to be using.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And it's got the little detailed birds, or stamp, which is what we're going to do, and cut them out with, you know, just the edge. So now, first of all, we're only using 2 colors tonight. Soft suede is going to be for the nest and for the greeting. And the greeting comes from a new set. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. Let's go ahead and do our reading up here. That way I can center it. Okay, perfect. Love is what makes us family. Very good saying for today. This is the Lovely You stamp set, and there's some really nice sayings in here. You're my person, wildly grateful. Trust me, you're lovely. I like that one. So these are real cute. So that's where the sentiment came from in this. And then I'm going to also stamp the 2 birds. One goes one way. One goes the other way. The eggs are going to be in mint macaron. And that's one thing I wanted to show you when I can find my little thing. Since I did not have the end colors, I used a color that would blend with the just jade, and I think it went real well with it. Yeah, I didn't want this full strength, so I'll just stamp it on there and then stamp it again. And you have your choice of what you want to do. Okay, so we have our nest done, our two birds and that. All right, so we're ready to cut some things out. I think I will go ahead and color in the little bird. I'm not sure what kind of bird this is, but anyway, he had a little pop of color there. And of course, you know, it's the males that always are the pretty ones. Then I used a little of the crumb cake. And I didn't worry about coloring the whole thing in. I kind of let him look like he had a few little white feathers. And then I'm putting the lighter color on his belly, or hers, I should say. Okay. Now, to get the rectangle here and here, we're using the stitched rectangle stitch dies. Not sure what that is, sorry. Okay, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, it's the fifth to cut out this first rectangle. Then for the next one, I don't see it here, so we'll use a little bit larger one. I'm having to expand it like I did on a card we did a couple of weeks ago, where you cut part out and leave it hanging off and then cut the rest. So let me show you how to do all that again. Oh, there's the one I needed. Okay, and you know that I put the chalk mark around so that I can immediately look at my little magnet sheet and make sure I have all my dies. Okay, let's close up this and get my big shot. Now, one thing that's really neat is that you can use all of your, do most of your cutting at one time. So that if you're making a bunch of cards, that does help save some time there. So, I'll do this little guy there. That little one there, and I am putting this down. Now, oh, I have news. The new Stampin' and Cut and Stampin' Emboss machine will be out in September. And you know how this one, sometimes on the Big Shot, the magnetic sheet had rows, lines of magnets, so that you sometimes had them jump?
Yes.
It is a full sheet on the new one. So that problem has been solved.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to do this first. fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut out this rectangle. Now, because I'm not centering it, I'm not even going to tape this one down. Okay. So, there we have our rectangle. Our 3 little eggs. Look how cute those are. So I'm going to put all that over here. And our little birds. Let's see how, oh, I did a good job on that. That looks nice. And here. Oh, show you that one. Okay. So now I can take those dies and put them back where they go. We need to cut out the nest. And I'm going to show you how to do that other little rectangle. Lately I've been using that technique over and over and over again. It's a good one to come in handy to know how to do it. And look, there you go. Okay, so that's the nest. On this one, I'm going to center, and I'm going to stand up so that I can do this. If you notice on the card, I have the sentiment kind of over to the left, and there's going to be a space where the little flower is going to go. And we can also cut out, this is also mint macaron. We can cut out our little sprig of leaves to go there. Okay, now I am going to tape this. And I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to hang this end off. Let's get that down. Okay. So that end's hanging off so it will not get cut. And I think that's all we're going to this guy for right now. So I'm going to put my big shot away. Oops, nope. I have to get it back out. Okay. This is what I wanted to show you. See how it's cut, and I'm going to extend it so that it is just about, I'm going to measure it up against the one I want so that I'll know how long to make it. And it's kind of like doing a puzzle, or I don't know how to explain it, but you can feel the little grooves when you put this back in. And that way it keeps from shifting, and it will stay in the place that it's supposed to be. Okay, one more time. Now, this time, I don't want to cut this end. So that's the end that's going to be hanging off. I hope you're able to see that well enough. So let's see if I got it. Sometimes I miss the middle, but I didn't. It was perfect. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay. Next. First thing I did was put my DSP. Yep. I need to put my, see what I'm getting ready to do? I'm going to put my rectangles down. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I wanted a little at the top, more on the sides. Then the little one down there, and oh, that's great. It came out the exact same size that it needed to be. Now, I'm going to pop up I'm using the larger dimensionals. Now see, this was a piece of cardstock that I had previously done something on, but our cardstock's so great that you can't see through it. So I'm going to put our little nest down towards the bottom of that. Then I'm going to put Mama and Daddy. Let's see. Here they are. Do a couple. You'll see different demonstrators use different amounts of dimensionals. I tend to go on the lean side, excuse me, the lean side. And let's see. Here are our eggs, and I'm going to use the mini dimensionals for this. There, there, there. And so this was a clutch of 3 eggs. I don't know if y'all know bird talk or not, but since I've raised birds for a long time, that's what you call it, their little thing. All right, next, we can go ahead and put on the little sprig. And I think I'm going to do that after I do my ribbon. And I'm going to use about 18 inches. It's better to have it a little bit longer and not have to struggle so hard with it. And I tend to turn mine upside down because if I don't, the legs are pointing up instead of pointing down. Now this is a ribbon trio, and it's brand new in the catalog, and this is one of the things from it, and it's in the Just Jade color. Okay, oops, I may need to fiddle with that one just a little bit more. Let's try it again. I left too much on that side. All right, one more shot at it. Y'all have any questions? Well, that one didn't do either. We'll come back and work on that later. I'm going to go ahead and put my Just Jade on my card. Okay. So we need to put some of the little dimensionals on the sprig. I'm not putting it on all the leaves, just here and there, enough to tack it down. If you don't have these, you can either cut your dimensionals or you can And even these need to be cut just a tiny bit. Let's see. There it is. Oop. That one went flying. Okay. Put that one there. Yeah, I think I needed to, I forgot that I needed to get just little pieces of this, but it's really not going to show when you get it all up in here. And I'm going to put that little guy under. And that one I'll come back and fix in a little bit. So the last thing that we need to do is put our little flower. Oops, this is called the small bloom punch. Punch a flower there. Now I'm going to take take your pick tool, and I'm on my mat, my Michelle, what's the name of that mat? Stampin' Pierce mat.
Yes.
I'm going to press in the center, and it makes the flower sit up just a little bit. Then I'm going to put a dimensional and add a pearl. Okay. And there you go. I'm going to come back and fix these. So either, or you can use your Tombow glue, the liquid multi-purpose glue for the greenery on there. So that one's finished. Okay, I'm going to switch back to gallery view for just a second while we I clean this up and get out our next project. Okay. Now, this next project, I'm going to switch back to my gallery view. I'm in my spotlight so you can see it better.
Oh, I am now.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Oops. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we can do with this one. Again, I apologize. I'm not sure what I'm doing right or wrong here. This is the card we're going to make, and it's very simple and easy to do. This is just an extra one. I use the DSP. And the set we're using is called Beautiful World. It's got some nice fonts here. I can see this used for a man card, graduation, or anything else. And when you see how wonderfully the die is cut, you're just going to love it. The dies are called World Map. You've got two different views of our world. One of those cool little stands that holds, and then you spin your little globe around, or you can do this little stand. Got a feather, some background things there, and ink and a feather pen. So let's get busy on this one. I'm using Mossy Meadow, very vanilla for the inside. The, what was it called? World of Good is the name of the DSP. And it has a beautiful, the misty moonlight blue color with gold. And that's going to be in the center. And then we're using another piece of DSP that's golden. I think that is the cinnamon color. And so we're going to be using this because the if you can see it, there's just a very pale print. And I used the, I wanted to use that instead of using just the plain yellow because it gives it just a little, or that's Bumblebee. It gives it just a little more oomph there, I think. Okay, again, we're using the hot dog style. And this is going to go on the inside. Since you're using a dark color, you need to have a light inside so that you can see what you're writing. And now, let's take a look at the card. Okay. How did I get the things to go like that? All right, let me show you. I took a pencil and with my ruler, I marked at 3/4 of an inch. Are you hearing the video, the sound, Michelle?
Yes.
And everything I know to turn off is off. Okay, then I'm gonna, so I've got it marked here. It's very hard to see with this color. But I turned it around and I'm also going to do it on this side. Then I'm going to take my little cutter again. I'm going to look for my tick marks. So one is right here. We'll put that on the edge. And then I'm going to turn and find the other one, which is right there. And you should have 2 equal pieces. So, I'm going to go ahead and I wanted these to look like so. And I'm going all the way up to the tip top here and on the edge. And then on this corner and on this edge. Okay. Oops, got to do it backwards. Okay, then on that corner and edge. Now, this is going to go on top. Now, the sentiment that I selected is, let's see, in here, nope. Let's see, it got moved. So, oh, I know where it is. Hello, I'm using the stamparatus for this. That's where I put it. That's the reason I couldn't find the block. Okay. Now, because this is thin and this is going to take up the whole area, I marked, I tested it first. I put some little marks because as you can see, I've cut extras. I always make a bunch of cards when I'm working on them. Remember, when you're using your stamp apparatus, you always want to use your magnets. I'm using Mossy Meadow, which is the same color as the card base. Ink that up. Okay, and down here, I'm not happy with the way that is, so it needs a little more doing. It'll go right back in the same spot. I love this little machine. Okay, and there you go. So that came out great. Set that aside. Close up my ink. Put this down here. Now, for the inside, I'm going to go ahead, since I've got my ink out. There was this little, not sure what you call that. Do you know, Michelle? It's like,
a compass or a navigation symbol.
yeah, I was thinking navigation, but then I think a compass too. And all I did was stamp it across the bottom, just to give a little charm to the inside of this card. So I like to start in the middle and then go on either side. Okay. Put that on the inside. Okay. Now, the best part. This is the brass foil. It's very close to the gold, so either works. And I'm going to be using this die and this one that looks like the United States. Okay. Raise this up just a little bit. Okay. Now 2 plates. Nope. I'm going to put that die there, that one there. And look how spectacular they come out. Getting ready to punch all the little, sometimes the little trash that you're going to throw away comes right out. Other times it doesn't. It's very easy. And look, this could be maybe a half moon or something. And most of these you can get out with your fingers. Take your pick tool again, just going through. And it just cuts wonderfully. And I think I got it all. Okay. So don't throw that little moon away. You might have a card that you could use that for. Okay, now, what I'm going to do on this one, I want it to be popped up. And again, we've got little tiny pieces we're working with. I'll lower this down a little bit. So I took my scissors and I cut just a very thin little piece to go on the stand. Let's see, yeah, see that doesn't show. And then I put a mini dimensional there. And I'm going to put this down right about there. Okay. Then on the Americas, I put another mini dimensional. Stuck it in here like so. Now, this is flopping around and I don't want it to get caught in the envelope. So what I did with that one, I took my mini glue dots and I rolled one off with your fingernail and just roll it between your fingers. Can you see how it makes just a little tiny bit of glue? And I stuck it right on this edge. And I did the same thing on the other side. Roll it together. You can roll these in a little ball or whatever. And then stick that. And that should hold everything in place. And there you go. That one was simple and easy. Okay, next. I went kind of cuckoo with these cute little purses. I made one that looks more like a little book sack with the straps low. This one has the straps high, and I put their little button cutouts, and I put a little thread in there. And then this was my prototype that I just used it, and what I did was I cut off part of the die, where the die cut, and made a little short purse and put little handles like this. And what do we have here? Oh my business cards came in today, right before we got started, so y'all are the first to see it. stampinatthebirdnest.com. So, okay, so this is the one we're going to make, and it is very simple and fun. I am using Flowers for Every Season, and that's what this paper is. No, I'm sorry, that was from another thing. Let's see here. Okay. Look how pretty the paper is. And there's some Christmas paper, and then Flowers for Every Other Season. So, that's why I wanted to pick this. And I picked the pattern with the tulips on it, because that's what kind of spoke to me. Now, what you, the thing you need to pay attention to when you're using DSP or designer paper, notice whether the pattern has an up and down or whether it doesn't matter and can be used anyway. As you can see, the flowers are going up. So you don't want, you're going to cut out this twice. So you want them to both be the same direction. The Dress to Impress is a real girly set. with the lipstick, the high heel, perfume, and the nice little sayings there. It came out for Mother's Day. And it actually has 15 dies. So you can see the perfume, the shoe, the lipstick, all that. We're going to be using this one for the sentiment, these two for the buckles. This is the book sack, and this is the strap. So we're going to get out the Big Shot again. I'm going to raise this up so you can see it better. Now, okay, so here are my flowers going up. Here, this is the top of the little purse. This is the bottom. Bottom and top. So I am going to put this right here. And at the same time, I'm going to cut out a strap. And that's this piece right here. So we can, and it'll go all the way across. Flowers are up. Okay. So here's our little strap, and I'm going to use this side. Isn't that cute? You know, I'm all about flowers, so, and colors. And I'm going to show you this in a minute where the faux lines are, but let's do it one more time. Flowers are facing up, and there's our strap. Okay. And all of these are stitched. It seems like almost all of our dies lately have been stitched, and it really gives a nice little edge to everything. A lot of detail. And this is what I'm talking about. They're solid fold lines, and then you've got the detailed stitching all around. And even on the little strap, you've got the stitching around. Now, for this project, I'm going to be using my tearing tape, and I'll also be interested to see how our new Seal Plus, Stampin' Seal Plus works. So what we're going to do here, it's a little difficult to see, but there's a flap here. And I'm not using my bone folder because I don't want to weaken this too much. I'm going to fold this little bitty flap in and this one. Then there is a side right here. A little more light over here. That helps. Okay, so it's right along there. Do the same thing over here. You have your flap on the side, the tab at the bottom, and then the side. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm using my silicone mat so that I hopefully won't get tape where I don't want it. Okay, so we're going to go from top to bottom. scissors go? Let's see, right there. Now on this bottom one, I'm gonna do it twice just to reinforce it. But I'm only doing the tape like this on this one. I'm not going to do it on this because this is going to be the bottom of the purse. And you don't want that to show. Then the little tab here. And again over on this side. I'm not going to do that one, but I am going to do this little tab right there. Okay. Take my tweezers out and burnish the end just a little bit, just so it's easier to get that backing off the tape. There you go. A little bit here. This one I thought looked very complicated. I was really wondering why I got it when I saw it. But once I played with it, it's very easy to come together. And I did it a couple of times just with some computer paper just to make sure I was putting the tape in the right place and folding everything. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is the sides. Okay, you want them both facing up. And I'm going to put, this is where the glue is. You can see it, it's shiny. And I'm going to start where this bottom is. And it meets right like it's supposed to. All right, then over on this side, oops, see how you don't want to do that? Okay, now let's put this down. And again, I want to put it right where that fold for the bottom is. And it meets right there at the top. So there's your little purse. I'm going to fold these little doodads in. Fold in the one that has the tape on it. And then fold that over. Now I'm just going to take my tweezers and go down inside just to make sure that those little tabs are stuck. Now comes the fun part. You have a V here. Let me show you over here. So you're going to fold it along this V and along the line that goes up to the top. So I'm going to do that one first. And then you can kind of get the idea there. And again on this side. And those little V pieces there. Okay, so there is the base of your purse. And here is one of my little things that I'm going to put there. And here's the other one. So those are right here. But I didn't cut out our little brass little buckles. So let's see. And you get 2 of these so that you only have to do it one time. And I've set the other one down. So we're going to do it again. These are just adorable. So there you have one. Isn't that cute? And then this one. And there it is. And I'm going to do it again. Okay, so here are our little buckles, and what you're going to do is thread it through like so. This would be cute with ribbon too. And then put a glue dot down. And always, when possible, I like to put my paper to the glue dot. And I'm using 2, if you can see them. Got one here and one up here that is actually holding the buckle. And then I'm going to place that right there. Repeat it on the other side. And I'm going to make them, try to make them the same length. Put it here. And then on the back, I'm going to make it look like it's been adjusted and make them a little higher, but you can do anything you want. But I think it's cute with the opposite DSP on there so that it gives a little contrast. Okay. And again, I'm going to take my glue dots. Let's see. Right there. And there you have it. So these would be cute always for candy, especially chocolate. They be cute for a little gift card. So I can see my grand darlings are going to get something in this. And that about does it for tonight. So I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to. Let's see. Michelle, where are you?
I'm here.
I'm not seeing your pretty face.
How about now?
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, anyone that has orders, remember I have a host code for each month. Here's the June host code. It will be on the, let me turn my spotlight back on. You can go to stampinatthebirdnest.com, and I still haven't gotten this. and place your order on my website, or you can go to Stampin' Laura at stampinatthebirdnest and be sure to put in your June host code.
Got
And
it.
we've got some specials going on and lots doing. We've got gorgeous new in colors and stamp sets and all sorts of goodies. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to help you in any way I can. Thanks for joining me tonight. Bye. Love you.
Bye, Laura.